Once you've completed the interview process and run your reference checks, you likely have decided on the candidate you would like to hire for your program. The next step in the process is that you will need to extend an offer of employment. Typically, this offer is discussed over the phone with the individual and then followed by a written offer. In this video, we will explain the steps of extending an offer to an individual that you want to hire and extending an employment agreement. Disclaimer: the information contained here has been prepared by Civitas Strategy. The sessions presented in this series are built on our structured system of recruiting and hiring. Let's dig into what you should consider when developing a strong employment offer and what an employment agreement should look like. Today we are going to discuss how to extend an employment offer and the next steps to take when your offer is accepted. Here are a few things to consider when extending an offer of employment, whether it be the first initial phone conversation or the formal written communication. Start with an excited and warm welcome. By starting your offer with your excitement and what you notice about their skills, you help that potential employee feel important to you and your program. This first part of the invitation to join your program sets the tone for your relationship with your future employee. In the introduction, be enthusiastic. Share how delighted you are to present the offer to the potential new employee to join your organization. This could also be a great place to highlight the strengths you saw during the hiring process that led you to choose them. State the position offered. When the person knows the role you plan for them to fulfill, they can make an informed decision about joining your business. In the offer, be sure to name the position that you are offering the candidate to fill. You should also include the job description, who the candidate will report to, the ideal or requested start date, expected work hours, work requirements, and any additional terms of employment. The letter should also remind the recipient that position is at will, which means that you or they may end employment at any time. You will also want to include that the job offer is contingent on the candidate successfully passing a background check. List the compensation, including the hours you expect the employee to work and what they are paid for during those hours. Details about how they will be paid and additional benefits your business offers will also help your employee better understand the offer. Be sure to include an opportunity to ask questions. Chances are, the person has thought of a few questions since the interview. If you can't answer the questions at that time, suggest some possible dates and times when they can contact you to further discuss the position. Have a deadline for when the candidate needs to return their answer. Give them a little time to decide, but it shouldn't be open-ended. A necessary part of hiring any individual to join your childcare program is to conduct and receive a clear background check on that individual. Fingerprint-based background checks are required by law for any director, owner, operator, employee, or prospective employee of a childcare program or family childcare center, along with any individual aged 10 or older who frequently visits, lives, stays, or works at such a program. This includes family members or anyone else in the household ages 10 years and older of a family childcare provider. These background checks must be completed through the company FieldPrint. What should you do if a candidate wishes to negotiate their compensation? Even for the most attractive job, the best candidates are often looking to increase their compensation. If you only offer to match their current salary or offer less than the candidate currently makes, then you are likely to be disappointed. Most successful offers use the 10% rule. Offer the candidate a package that increases their current salary, benefits, and perks by 10%, as long as it fits within the parameters of what your organization is willing or able to offer for the position you intend to fill. Ultimately, the offer needs to be within the fair practices of your organization, especially if they are comparable roles and positions filled by current employees. Overpaying will also affect later decisions about salary increases if the person came in at the top of the pay scale. They accepted the offer. What's next? Once the candidate agrees to become an employee, you should ask them to sign an agreement. An effective employee agreement for a childcare business should clearly outline the terms and conditions of employment, as well as the rights and responsibilities of both the employer and the employee. Here are some key elements that should be included in an employee agreement. Job description and duties. Clearly outline the specific duties and responsibilities of the employee, including the age range of children they will be working with, the hours they will be expected to work, and any other important job-related information. Compensation. State the employee's salary or hourly wage, as well as any benefits they will receive, such as health insurance, vacation time, sick leave, or retirement benefits. Confidentiality and non-disclosure. Include a confidentiality clause that prohibits the employee from disclosing any confidential information about the children, families, or business to anyone outside of the company. Other things to include. Termination and resignation. Clearly outline the conditions under which either party can terminate the employment agreement. Code of conduct. Clearly state the expectations for employee conduct, including dress code, behavior around children, use of technology and social media, and adherence to any applicable laws and regulations. Training and professional development. Outline any training or professional development opportunities that will be provided to the employee, as well as any requirements for ongoing training or certification. Performance evaluation. Include a process for performance evaluation, including how often evaluations will take place and how the information will be used, like for promotion or raises. By including these elements in an employee agreement, childcare businesses can help ensure that employees understand their roles and responsibilities, as well as what is expected of them in terms of behavior and performance. Here's an example of an employee agreement. This employee agreement is made and entered to as of date by and between childcare business and employee name. Job description and duties. Employee will be employed as a childcare provider and will be responsible for providing care and supervision for children aged age range during hours of operation at the employer's childcare facility located at address. The job description is attached, though it can be changed as needed by the employer. Compensation. Employee will be paid a salary per year. In addition, the employee will receive benefits. Payment will be made, frequency of payment, by direct deposit or check. Confidentiality and non-disclosure. Employee agrees to maintain the confidentiality of all information regarding children and families served by the employer, including but not limited to personal and medical information. Employee agrees not to disclose any confidential information to any third party without the prior written consent of the employer. Termination and resignation. The employee is engaged as an at-will employee. Either party may terminate this agreement at any time, with or without cause. In the event of termination, the employee will be paid all wages and benefits due up to the date of termination. Code of conduct. Employee agrees to conduct themselves in a professional manner at all times while on duty, including but not limited to dressing appropriately, using appropriate language and behavior around children, and adhering to all applicable laws and regulations. Employee agrees to refrain from using personal technology or social media while on duty unless it is for the purpose of communicating with parents or guardians. Additional information can be found in the employee handbook. Training and professional development. Employee will receive training and professional development training and professional development opportunities as provided by the employer. Employee agrees to participate in any training or certification programs required by law or regulation. And lastly, performance evaluation. Employee will receive a performance evaluation, frequency of evaluation. The evaluation will be used to determine any necessary improvements or changes to employees' job performance. In witness whereof, the parties have executed this agreement as of the date first above written. And then you would both sign the agreement. What should I do next? Once the agreement is signed, make sure that the employee receives a copy, either in hard copy or electronically. Also, make sure that you have a copy and a backup in a safe location. Review the employee agreement on a regular basis to ensure that it is up to date and reflects any changes in company's policy, laws, or regulations. This should at least be once a year, but could be sooner if needed, like if you have a change of responsibilities or offer promotion. Also, at that point, when promoted or offered a new position, you should ask the employee to sign a new agreement. For more early care and education resources, please visit the Wisconsin Early Childhood Association website at wisconsinearlychildhood.org. If you are not a member of the Wisconsin Early Education Shared Services Network, visit wisconsinearlychildhood.org/programs/WEESSN to learn about the business training and support it offers, as well as information on joining WEESSN.